Good spooky month, everybody. It's your boy Askarot94, and welcome back to another episode of Nostalgic Video Games That Devoured My Childhood. Growing up, I didn't really mess with too many video games that were focused on horror because, well, they scared me. Yeah, I know it's a shocker that a horror game scares you and that causes you not to play it, but as from what I saw back in the day, horror media, whether it was movies or video games, heavily relied on jump scares, and I've never been a fan of that, as I feel it is an unfair way to get the scare out of a viewer. I usually end up more surprised and annoyed than actually scared, so I stayed away from horror. Plus, I saw one clip of The Grudge and realized that I like sleeping at night and not imagining that freaky ass thing crawling under my covers or meowing at me from the darkness. And the stairs leading up to my room have a compartment under them, which lets you see the room that's under the stairs. And if I ever saw something like that under there or felt something grab me in the ankles, I don't think I would ever go up to my room ever again. And I would probably burn the house down in the process. Tangent aside, there was one game though that I played growing up that fits into the horror genre. And it managed to scare me quite a lot, and even to this day, I feel a bit uneasy when I play it because I think there's just something about the vibe of old school horror games that it's hard to describe, but you feel a bit weird, like you feel a bit yucky, a little unease. Even if there's nothing scary going on, you just feel like it's about to be. Now, this game managed to scare me without a single jump scare or loud sound effect, well, besides the sounds of guns, of course. And it explored multiple types of horror and managed to get to be both badass and scary at the same time. Now, what is this game, you ask? Well, none other than the goth baddie herself, Blood Rayne. Now, before we get into this, I just want to add a quick disclaimer. This game features body horror, Nazi symbolism, dismemberment of the highest order, and bucket loads of blood and gore. So if this is something that is uncomfortable for you, feel free to click off the video now. You have been warned. Now, in this game, we play as Rayne, a vampire, and yes, I had to Google how to say that because I don't freaking know, which is a half-blood vampire, which is made with a male vampire and a human female mate. Now, in the case of Blood Rayne's mother, she was raped by her vampire father. So obviously, Rayne is looking for vengeance. Currently, she is exploring her new life as a vampire, working for the Brimstone Association with her partner, Mince. Now, as a vampire, Rayne has some of the common weaknesses of normal vampires, like running water, silver, holy symbols, and sunlight. But the effects are much less potent, but given enough exposure, she can still be killed by these things. It just takes longer than it would for a normal vampire. The game takes place in 3 different acts. In Act 1, Rayne travels with her handler Mince to Louisiana on her first assignment for the Brimstone Society to destroy some sort of biomass that infects the local population and turns them into monsters known as mutates. She tracks down uninfected people and sends them to a safe place where Minz protects them, while Rayne tracks down and destroys the nests which spawns the biomass, which are like these spider-like monsters with these big sacks for storing people. So what I assume they do is they devour them alive and drop them off somewhere to be infected properly. However, upon returning to Minz later on, Minz and the survivors get attacked by multiple biomasses.
Red Lord!
No one will. Damn it. Time to put an end to this. I'll find those bastards and rip their legs off one by one.
Causing Bloodrain to be the only survivor. Bloodrain goes into a rage and tracks down the remaining biomasses and follows them into the middle of an abandoned swamp area where she finds a voodoo ritual altar and an offering to something in a book called the Queen of the Underworld. This creature is the biomass queen, and after an intense battle, Rayne is victorious. In the corpse of the queen, Rayne discovers a glowing rib and takes it for herself. However, upon holding it, the rib stabs itself into Rayne's chest and starts driving itself into her to become one with her body. This causes Rayne to pass out from the pain, and when she wakes up, she finds a man called Jurgen Wolf ripping the rib right out of her with some sort of monstrous arm. He takes it for himself and leaves Rayne to die in the swamp.
Oh, God.
Act 2 takes place 5 years later in 1938. Rayne is in a hotel room and gets informed by the Brimstone Society that the Nazis are trying to find a relic of immense power to help Adolf Hitler win the war. To that end, they have employed the Gengengeist group, or counter-ghost group from now on referred to as the GGG for short, on the coast of Argentina, led by Jurgen Wolf to track down the relic. Rayne is tasked with finding the relic first and to kill all the top officers of the GGG. After tearing her way through the Nazi compound, she runs into Dr. Bathory Mengele, who informs Rayne about monsters called the Dayamites.
Eckstein won't be answering my questions, Butcheress.
We have something in common, you and I. I am a direct descendant of Erzsébet Bathory. You know the name?
The Blood Countess.
I had a feeling you'd recognize the name. You should appreciate the lust for blood.
I don't appreciate senseless killing. You're a monster, like those creatures down below.
The natives call them Dayamites.
No, please, Doctor. No! No!
First, they squeeze their soft bodies into the mouth. They secrete digestive enzymes from their skin to eat the brain. The tail is inserted rather forcefully into the spinal column, tapping directly into the host's nervous system. They control the host body like a puppet, seeking extremes of pleasure and pain. Mostly the easier sensation wins out. Pain. They also reproduce asexually in the chest cavity. Quite remarkable, really.
If you say so. What are you gonna do with them?
Let me see. I could keep them here and feed them with my men, or could unleash them on your country. Tough choice.
who as a kid scared the absolute shit out of me, and I will tell you more about that later. After an intense battle with Mengele, we knock her down into the Diamite pit, where she gets torn apart by the sadistic monsters and incinerated by the corpse disposal system. And that is a good thing, too, because she threatened to unleash these things upon the rest of the world as some sort of shock troops. And I'm going to explain in painful detail how these monsters work, because I suffered through this when I was 12, witnessing what they're capable of, so now I'm going to tell you what they're capable of. They force their way into your mouth. They have like a soft head, so they can squeeze their entire head into your mouth. And then they squeeze their way down your throat, break your spine, eats your brain, and then uses your body as like a flesh puppet. Then it rips your head off by like pushing its own head up against your head until it falls off. And if you destroy the body, they can just get inside another body. And they're able to mimic human speech. So most of the time, they're just like mocking you or being like, "Come on, Rayne. Come out and play. Yes, cut me, cut me." You know, stuff like that. Just messed up stuff. And it's not like there's few of them either. There are hordes of them. And they have the power to mimic human speech, as I said, and they mock you at every turn. No matter how many of them you kill, there's always more of them ready to take their place, and they are lusting after you. They want your body for themselves, because you're a vampire. You're not just a human being, you're a powerful demi-human type thing. Guns are essentially useless against them, because there's no way you have more bullets in your gun than there are Diamites on the field. They can hide anywhere as well. Ventilation shafts, they can pretend to be dead bodies until they suddenly get up and just jerk to life and just pop the heads off and start attacking you. Me as a 12-year-old kid, I was traumatized. So yeah, I didn't finish this. Because you need to understand, while you're exploring the world in Act 2, you hear German soldiers screaming in pain in the distance, and you just hear these like monsters cackling and laughing in this very like type voice. I'm very bad at mimicking it, I'm sorry. But you just hear this echoing throughout the entire level, and that shit did something to me, okay? It freaked me out. But then again, let's move on. After dodging hordes of Diamites and Nazis fighting for their very lives, Rayne manages to find the skull of Beliar, the original devil, usurped by Mephisto, who tore Beliar's body into 1,000 pieces and scattered him across the world because he was unable to kill him. Every fragment of Beliar gives the wielder a fraction of his power, and Jürgen Wolf means to get all of the pieces to become unstoppable. And after talking with Mahler, a GGG elite officer, we learn that Wolf is looking for a specific part, Beliar's Black Heart. Because if he gets that artifact, he can awaken Beliar within himself and ensure Hitler's complete victory and control over the world. Rayne kills off the rest of the GGG officers and sneaks aboard a Nazi submarine heading for Germany itself. There she has to locate a GGG headquarters, which has her next list of targets.
I hear Mephisto ripped Beliar into 1,000 pieces and scattered him in all directions. Do you know which relic Wolf is unearthing in Castle Gestalt right now? Beliar's black seething heart. The key to ruling the world is in our own country, and Wolf will control it.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
can't be beat that easily.
And wrong again.
Nein! Ja, bitte, bitte, nein! Ah! Achtung! Achtung!
You scared? Castle Gestadt, a place where nightmares are born. Vampires have called this place home for centuries. But now the Germans have put up an eviction notice. They've made some progress, but the creatures they're up against are monsters even amongst vampires. An ancient breed of vampire cut off from the world, where in isolation they evolved into perfect killers. Daylight is fading fast, and with it, any advantage the Nazis might have had. I have a new target list from the Brimstone Society, and an official objective to stop Wolf. Wolf already has Beliar's teeth, ribs, a hand, and an eye. Now he's after the Black Heart, hidden somewhere in this castle. He wants to wake Beliar in himself. Beliar, a demon, a devil, maybe even the devil. Wolf can't control this kind of power. If Beliar is woken, we're all in big trouble. Wolf, remember 5 years ago in Louisiana? You almost killed me. I intend to pay you back. With interest.
Papers. Let me see your papers. Danke. Right through.
Thanks for the ride, bucko.
Amidst the chaos, Rayne finds Mince somehow alive and working for Wolf.
What? Mince is alive? And she's working for that bastard Wolf? No. That bitch. I'm gonna tear her apart.
When questioned, Mince simply mocks Rayne, and the two Damphir begin to fight. It ends with Mince falling to her death.
You traitorous bitch.
That really hurt. Are you here to talk or do something about it?
Why are you doing this?
Come on, little girl. Let's see what it's got.
Why'd you betray us? And what about the Brimstone Society?
Now we play for keeps.
Don't make me do this.
Shut up and fight, Blood Rayne!
It's finished. Mint! Goodbye, Rayne!
And after making it to an old windmill, Rayne runs into an evolved vampire called Hedrox. Hedrox has the power to eat other people's brains to learn everything that they know, and he is also in possession of the heart of Beliar, which makes him immortal. He physically cannot die, but he also cannot put the heart of Beliar within himself to truly embrace the power. However, this gives him a very unique power. If you kill one Hedrox, he splits into two and gets back up. And he can do this infinitely.
Guess I can check you off the list. Hedrox.
Hello.
Long way from home, Hedrox. What's the score?
We want the heart, the liar's heart. Hedrox thought the previous owner, Count Oiku, hid the relic. Hedrox found Oiku here and threw him to his death. You saw Hedrox eat the human's mind. And Hedrox learned Oiku wore the relic on his crown. Relic's not unlike the one in you. Hedrox wants the secret. Tell Hedrox. How does Hedrox put the relic in the body?
Sure. You have to cut your heart out and replace it with Beliar's.
Rayne amuses Hedrox. Do not think Hedrox has tried. Does Rayne forget? Hedrox is infinite! Hedrox wants the secret. Hedrox will tear Rayne's eye out and eat her mind to find it.
Hedrox, I'm gonna do the same thing to you that you did to Voiku.
You understand the word infinite? We are infinite. Keep cutting.
Over here, Hedrox. Come and get me. Ooh, so sweet. know why I love you? 'Cause you're smart. But there's lots more where you came from, right? You want to call him? Or how about you cut some more of yourself right now? 1, 2, 20, 1,000. You always equal 0 to me, Hedrox. I will kill you over and over until there are none of you left.
Hedrox doesn't need Rayne. Hedrox will change someone else's mind.
After he gets defeated, Hedrox escapes with the heart and promises revenge on Rayne. Rayne follows after him, but loses track of him when she gets ambushed by the twins, Sigmund and Simon Krieger.
Oh, the doppelganger twins. What a pleasant surprise. Such handsome Nazis. And 2 of them.
We had no idea the troublemaker.
But be as beautiful as you are.
And gentlemanly. My luck is turning.
What is your name, Fräulein?
Why bother with names? This won't be more than a one-night stand.
Ah, that is too bad.
A shame, really. We were hoping for...
Something more of a commitment.
You know, you 2 remind me of someone.
Someone you're fond of?
Wouldn't go that far. Just someone I killed. Again and again.
She speaks of Hedrox.
So, you boys lose your arms playing catch?
No, we were born conjoined.
But sadly, separated soon after birth.
Well, when I'm done, you'll both be missing more than an arm.
We don't miss an arm.
We missed the connection we once had.
You boys are too much. Now this might hurt.
You should stop this nonsense.
Enjoy now.
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Isn't she
Wonderful, brother.
my thoughts exactly? She's feisty.
And limber.
I don't think she enjoys our company as much as we do hers, brother.
Oh, I'm really enjoying our little banter. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna kill you.
I just love the twinkle above her nose when she gets angry.
You guys, so I'll give you a choice. Has to be the first.
Wonderful move, little girl.
What the fuck?
Look, we surprised her, brother.
What a becoming look on her face.
Oh, tell her, Sigmund, she should know.
As with everything else, we share each other's pain.
One of us is unaffected, while the other suffers.
So, you punch yourself when you're mad at your brother?
She's so quick. We should keep her.
We really hate to have to hurt you, pretty girl. Simon! No need to fight anymore, little girl. You have mortally wounded my brother. I will follow soon.
She got me.
No, she got me. I'm sorry, brother.
I can't see. Where are you, Sigmund?
I am here. I am here with you.
I'm dying.
Yes. No! Goodbye, Simon. You never told us your name.
Who could that be?
A ladder falls down, and upon climbing it, we find that whoever lowered the ladder was none other than Mince, who apparently has a thing for pretending to die all the time. And it appears that she has been working as a double agent this entire time, trying to get info on the GGG and then give lists to Rayne to track down officers and kill. It was she who saved Rayne in Louisiana after she passed out after getting the rib of Beliar ripped out by Wolf, and it was she who sent Rayne after the other GGG officers. Rayne regains her trust for Mintz again, but a gate separates them, and Wolf kills Mintz from behind, tearing out her heart, and this time there is no returning for Mintz. And Rayne swears that she will kill Wolf.
Mintz!
No one crosses me ever, especially not a bastard vampire. I am the wolf. And soon I will hold the heart of Beliar and become immortal. And be God.
You bastard!
Such hatred, such fear.
I'm gonna make you pay for this. You hear me? You'll pay for this!
Yes, let the rage burn, Rayne. Feed it.
Go to hell.
Why do you think I haven't killed you?
That's gonna be your biggest mistake, you son of a bitch.
Hedrox waits in the cathedral. You will join us? You both have something to want.
I'll kill you, Wolf. Do you hear me? I'll pull you to pieces. Mintz! Oh, Jesus. Mintz, you aren't coming back this time, are you? I'll make him pay. I promise. Today, Jürgen Wolf will die.
Rayne tracks down Wolf and Hedrox to a big central chamber, and having learned the secret, Hedrox awakens Beliar within himself. However, upon doing so, Beliar destroys Hedrox. Eager to be reunited with his body parts, Beliar attacks Rayne and Wolf. And I just want to say, this fight is absolute bullshit. It is so freaking annoying to do. And I'm going to explain why. Wolf runs around just being a little shit, just bullying you and doing like these drive-by punches on Rayne constantly, while she is trying to kill the actual boss, which is Beliar. Because the way Beliar works is every 2 minutes, he goes to the center of the arena. When he does that, he grows bigger. And when he grows bigger, you would think his hitbox, which is his face, would also get bigger, but no, it gets more and more sealed off. So, if you take too long, you won't be able to hit him. And he will become so big that he doesn't have to chase you down anymore, because he can just attack and he will always hit you. Because the way this boss works is if he gets too close to you, he will always hit you with an attack. Whether or not you can jump out of the way doesn't matter, he will always hit you. So when he becomes too big, you have nowhere to go, and you can't even shoot him, and he will just kill you. So yeah, and on top of that, Wolf can also grab some of the weapons lying around the arena and waste the ammo trying to kill you instead of, actually trying to kill Satan. The devil himself. Nah, I'm gonna kill this Damphir because, that's more important. Upon defeating Beliar, he gets destroyed and leaves behind his still beating black heart. But after a while, it turns gray and stops beating, meaning it has lost its power. Rayne kicks it down into the sewer grate and begins her fight with Wolf, who still has a lot of Beliar's artifacts within himself, making him much more powerful than your average soldier. However, after a short fight, Rayne tears him to pieces, chopping off his arms and then his head. And the game ends with the narrator telling us that the Brimstone Society has found Rayne's father, and it fades to black. Playing the game as a kid scared me like no other game, because, again, I didn't play any other horror games. I don't even think I finished this game as a kid. In fact, reading this now and having thought about it a bit, I know I didn't finish this game as a kid, because I never made it to Act 3, because I was too terrified of the goddamn Daemites. They are freaking terrifying, and, big round of applause to the voice actor, because you fucking killed it, dude. And I can appreciate the different levels of horror being presented in this game. From the virus in Louisiana, which has your loved ones turning into these monsters with tentacles, and they're just brain dead zombies essentially that wants to spread the virus to other people. And the body horror of the Deamites. I mean, can you imagine just seeing this like floating worm thing that's essentially just a spine with like these tiny ass arms on him, like flying towards you, laughing maniacally as it tries to force its way into your mouth? That is horrifying. And the vampires are pretty impressive in Act 3, but I always thought of Hedrox as a werewolf, because he looks like a werewolf, but apparently he is a vampire, so I got a bit confused by that. But I really like his design, like he has these like claw-like hands that has like a mouth on them. So he shoves this thing in your face and it starts eating your head, and it's insane. Rayne, however, plays very interestingly. She has 2 knives or scimitars attached to her arms, kind of like a Wolverine thing going on, except they're not, coming out of her hand, they're attached to her arms. And she uses them to great effect to chop off enemy limbs, and the limb system is actually pretty good. You can chop people's hands off and they run away in fear until they bleed out and die. Or you can just backstab someone and just rip them into a fine paste. It's pretty insane to look. And you get more abilities as you play the game. It's not like it's a level up system or anything, but the more you progress the story, the more abilities you get. And they get pretty intense. She can also heal by jumping on humans and sucking them dry. Yeah, I'm not over-exaggerating, but I'm saying this game awakens something in me. For goth chicks. She also has a vampire rage ability, where time slows down, and she does a lot more flashy attacks and hits way harder as well. She can also wield 2 guns together, but I find that you will mostly rely on your blades to do any meaningful damage. I mean, the guns are useful against average humans, but usually what I like to do with them is just use them as essential medkits. They're there for me to drain them dry and drink their blood. The only time I don't do that is when I'm in Act 2, because the thing is with the Deamites is if you just kill the human, the Deamite will just still be there, and you can't kill both at the same time if you're just draining them. But if you use melee attacks, you can actually chop the Deamite's head off and kill both the human and the Deamite at the same time. So that's pretty interesting. You also get some artifacts, because you find certain relics in the story, like the Eye of Beliar allows you to use a sniper aim, which is essential for the final boss, because you need it when he gets bigger to be able to actually aim at his weak spot and shoot him. You also get the ability to slow down time, and you can also have this vampire sense ability, where you can see where you need to go, as well as target objectives, enemies. And you can also see how much health an enemy has, so you see if they're basically worth drinking from or not. So that's pretty useful. The music is also pretty damn good. I love that low pump goth rave style this game got going on, and I haven't really heard this be replicated in any other game like this. Honestly, I feel like we need more vampire games that just focuses on you just being a badass vampire. I mean, we're not even a vampire in this game, we're a Vampire, which is a half vampire. But I also played through another game recently called Vampire, where you play as Jonathan Reed, which is an English doctor just coming home from the Great War. And that's a pretty interesting game that has some more moral dilemmas to it, but I care about the raw ferocity more, And Blood Rain is the only game that I found that really captures that in a vampire game. There's also some great ambiance playing through the game with these instruments that sound like demonic screams sometimes. It's just walking through the levels, just, maybe you revisit an area you recently cleared of enemies and you just see all the blood and gore on the floor and you just hear that sound. It's not a monster, it's just the music, but it filled me with dread. It still does, because it's just so well done. And, for once, I can actually give you an easy way to actually access and play this game. Just buy it on Steam. Get the revamped edition, though I think they have called it something else. I think it's Terminal Cut it's called now. And it's a great game. It's cheap, and the Terminal Cut has better graphics. I haven't gotten it myself because the PS2 version works just as fine, but I assume it would look better on the Steam because, you know, computer. But I didn't want to set up a PS2 program just to play this one game on Steam, so I'd rather play it on the PS2. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, like the video if you enjoyed what I did. Comment down below what you think of the video or the game itself, and if you have ever played this game or would like to play in the future. As always, check it out on Steam. And of course, subscribe if you want more content like this. Have a happy spooky month, try not to be too scared now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.